Makima informs her that when public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil, they are guilty of obstructing their business and normally Power would be arrested for that. This is said as people work to clean up the mess left behind by Power killing the sea cucumber devil. She tells Denji to bring Power under control and Power to think more carefully before acting. As the blood devil, Power has the ability to use her blood, but she is often agitated and may not be suitable to serve as a devil hunter. When Power hears it, she claims Denji made her slay the devil, but Denji calls her a liar and disputes her claim. They then begin debating who is lying. When Makima orders them to remain quiet, Power stops right away. Power responds that they can and Makima says she wants to see them get along well. Denji buys a drink for himself. When Power spots a cat, she begins to pet it. Although Denji claims that being able to purchase a drink is a dream come true for him, if events continue in this direction, being thirsty will be the least of his troubles. Things won't get much simpler with Power lying either. Power explains that she despises people and prefers the companionship of animals. She also despises devils because her pet cat Meowie is one of them. Meowie was taken by Makima before Power could recover her, and while Meowie may now be dead, Power isn't willing to give up. Power is ready to put up with people or anything else she has to do in order to get Meowie back. She doesn't think Denji will be able to relate to her concern for a cat. Denji claims that it is foolish for a cat to touch breasts, but he will go to any lengths to do it if it is a dog. Power then offers to touch her breasts in exchange for her assistance in locating Meowie. As a demon hunter, Denji can't help but become enraged and upset at the devil that took the unfortunate cat hostage, and he will murder that devil if he doesn't let up. The two then receive permission from public safety to leave the building. Power explains as they move closer to the demon that she knows where it is but that only Denji will be able to defeat it because the devil would probably use Meowie as a shield. Denji explains that he formerly owned a pet by the name of Pochita. He is okay as he is in his heart even though he can no longer pet him. Power declares that people are stupid because doing so only proves Pochita's death and shows how sad self-comfort is. Denji decides not to dispute with her after considering his goal, although he is sure they would never get along. When Makima meets with the top brass, they mention that they have heard that other nations employ devils in their armed forces, but they believe that in the future, Japan's sole opponents will continue to be devils. They inquire about Makima's squad's performance. She observes that one is promising while the one she recently chose appears intriguing. They warn her that she must not become attached to them because it is her responsibility to raise them and employ them. Aki says Denji is filthy and not interesting and questions why Makima has such high expectations for him later in the car. According to Makima, every devil is given a name at birth, and the more those names are feared, the more powerful the devil grows. For instance, coffee isn't thought to be particularly terrifying, therefore a coffee devil would likely be ineffective. However, a car devil would likely be strong because it is simple to see getting run over and dying. She claims that Denji can transform into Chainsaw Devil, which intrigues her somewhat. While everyone in public safety has a genuine desire or objective, Denji only wants to live the good life and even believes he can be friends with devils. Aki is still unsure of how useful he will be. When Power and Denji arrive at the city's outskirts, Power points to a house and claims the devil who kidnapped Meowie is there. Denji hopes he won't need to transform into chainsaws as he approaches the house, but Power assumes he is joking. Denji considers whether Power should be this close given that he can see her as they come closer and remembers that the demon will use the cat as a shield. Power admits that she did say that in the past, but she was mistaken. They halt in that instant. Denji tries to strike her with his axe, but she strikes him first and knocks him out in an instant. He has good intuition for an imbecile, she continues. Denji is dragged inside the house by Power. She is informed by a devil that because she kept him waiting, he believed she had fled. Power explains that despite having brought him a human as he requested, it took her some time to reclaim some freedom. The Bat Devil then takes Denji in his arms, remarking that because he is still young, his blood will be full of vitality. The Bat Devil reveals to Denji as he begins to awaken that he was driven into hiding after losing an arm. Denji doesn't seem to mind, but the devil informs him that food shouldn't talk and claims that by ingesting human blood, he will be able to recover from the injuries he sustained from people. Denji is lifted above his head and squeezed, which causes him to vomit blood. The Bat Devil drinks it and declares it disgusting before discarding Denji. The Bat Devil's arm regenerates, but because it has a terrible taste, he wants to wash it with a human. Denji stares at Power, who claims that people are stupid and that he accepted her account. Although the Bat Devil admires the city, he despises the smell of cigarettes, cosmetics, and perfume. He declares he will be eating some kids, though, after smelling something pleasant. Power requests the human to free Meowie and explains that she has come as promised. Bat Devil remembers saying it, but swallows Meowie without punishing her for bringing him foul blood. Power turns to Denji as she watches the Bat Devil eat Meowie and informs him that she now knows how terrible it is for him to be unable to pat Pochita. She is then taken by the Bat Devil and ingested. The Bat Devil claims that this tasted awful as well and that in order to feel better, he needs to eat some kids. He then takes out for the city, remarking that once there, he will devour some virgins, a hefty man for the main dish, and a pregnant woman for the dessert. He then observes Denji clinging to his leg and drinking his blood, pleading for him to return his breasts. When the devil notices that, he is shocked and seizes Denji. After pulling the rope on his chest, Denji uses the chainsaw that emerges from his head to cut the devil's arms and free himself, shocking the Bat Devil by revealing that he is actually a devil. Denji notices a woman and advises her to run as the two fall into a structure. Given that he is a devil, the Bat Devil questions why he did it. The devil is punched by Denji, who then engages in combat. He tells them to flee when he notices other people during their struggle. The Bat Devil notices this and wonders whether he can cut Denji by picking up a car with a person inside of it and throwing it at him. The automobile is eventually grabbed by Denji, who says he doesn't care whether he saves the man or not before throwing it back at the devil and smacking him in the face. The Bat Devil then releases a shockwave from its jaws, which knocks Denji off his feet. The Bat Devil scoops up the human from the vehicle with the intention of eating him and curing him, but he can still make out the sound of chainsaws in the smoke and wonders how Denji is still alive. Denji complains indignantly that despite his patient waiting, he is yet to experience any feelings. Denji simply slashes them with his chainsaws while the Bat Devil warns him to stay away while throwing debris at him out of fear. The Bat Devil then makes an attempt to punch Denji, but Denji just cuts off his arm before jumping and killing him by slicing out his insides.